Thanks, Jalbal. Thank you so much for the good luck. So, good morning, everybody. This is Golf Clash Kane here, bringing you the complete walkthrough played in the qualifying round, Master Division, in the new Legends 9 Hole Cup, which started today. I'm going to show you my entire card. What the fuck? So, I have drops on hole 1 and hole 7. Hole 7 is a must eagle given the wind condition we have. Not exactly tailwind, but it is somewhat tail crosswind. You can still go to green. Hole 1 is kind of a technical adjustment, but it is still makeable. For hole 3, whoever are curious, so to see the sand bump, I also did try the sand bump. You can try that if you want, but it is highly risky because if you miss the sand, you will go out of bounds, which I did twice. So play the sand bump at your own discretion on hole number 3. Hole number 6, little difficult, but not impossible to drop an albatross on. And Thomas. Welcome Thomas to the channel. Thank you ABZ. Thanks for the good luck. So without any delay, let's quickly jump on to hole number 1. Again, you need not be worried about this being a long video because I will have the timestamps mentioned in the comment section after I'm done with the video. So if you would like to check later on, like an hour later or like a couple of hours later, you will see the timestamps in the description section. So first we are going to look at the drive. I'm going to show you the drive on hole number 1. This will be with Apocalypse level 5 plus along with a luminary ball, 5.8 toss spin and 1 bar of right side spin. We will have at the max position bullseye touching the rough line with the ball guideline just going above the bunker, above the second bunker. Then we will make an adjustment that is maximum distance plus 10%, power 5 ball numbers and push up 24 yards. Very important. We will push up 24 yards. In low winds, you will be highly likely pushing to max or plus 30. In high winds, you will be pushing to somewhere like plus 29 or plus 28. Half ball right curl, max OP, you try to hit perfect. Now, great right, great left have been safe. However, if you hit a terrible great right, you might come in grizzly range, but we are trying to be in the thorn range. So, if anything, aim for a great left, not a great right. Drive yardage will be somewhere between 485 plus minus 6 yards. So that was the drive on my test, and I'm going to show you the drive on my main gameplay as well. On main gameplay, I managed to hit a great left, and you will see what happened there. Main gameplay, same approach. We will keep the bullseye by the rough line, 5.8 toss spin, 1 bar of right side spin. Just like that. Adjust max plus 10% and push up 24 yards. In this case, we'll be pushing up to max. Half ball right curl, we try to hit perfect. Now that was like a double great left, but we were still safe. If you hit a terrible great left, you might end up in the rough on the left, so also something you need to be aware of. Have a safe here though. Again, our range 485 plus minus 6 yards, so 491 for us. The approach shot will be played with the help of thorn at landing position slider. Let me pull up my notes. And again, don't worry, I will have the timestamps mentioned in the description box, like in a couple of hours once I get to the office. So the second shot will be played power 2 ball numbers plus 25% elevation at landing position slider. So plus 6 will be 100% slider. And don't move your target once it's your turn, just adjust your spins to have the ball guideline just short of the pin. If needed, you can move by like 0.2 rings, something like that, but try not to move your target when it's your turn. Ball guideline to the hole. In this case, my landing position is at plus 2. So I played this one P2 plus 25%. The slider would be at 100, and for plus 2 the value is minus zero point 0. So whatever value you get at the slider, you subtract 0 0.4 from it. Sorry, I said something else. 0 0.4 for plus 2. Center the ball and hit perfect. Perfect ball. We nicely come in dead at the pin for a very sweet eagle on hole 1 par 4. For hole 1, I will also mention the slider percentage, the slider values in the comment section, not in the description. Description will only have the timestamps. Believe this one is the hole in 1. Hole 2 par 3. This one I'm playing with a rock along with the Kingslayer ball. And I also tried to keep entire play like free to play balls, and wherever it was super necessary to use a premium ball, I did, but try to keep it free to play in most of the cases. Inner ring touching the inner ring completely submerged inside the rough. Then adjustment is medium distance plus 15% power 1 ball numbers, mid plus 15 P1 numbers. Ball guideline to the hole after spins applied. Spins would vary, maybe 4 backspin, 3 backspin, and some right spin. We try to hit perfect. We take a nice rough bump at the pin for a sweet hole in 1. That went quick, so let's have a look at it one more time. Again, for hole 2, rock along with the Kingslayer ball. You can play with the power 3 win 5 ball if needed, but in order to keep it free to play, I've been using Kingslayer. Rough. See, just like this. Bad color. Just like this. Then you will apply spins to have your ball guideline going to the hole. Do not keep it short. Again, the ball guideline is going to the hole. To the hole, or maybe like 0.2, 0.5 green square through the hole, that would also work because you need some speed to get towards the pin. Adjustment, medium distance plus 15% power 1 ball numbers. Very important. Tom Sawyer, Skidmark, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for the good luck. Center the ball and hit perfect. Perfect ball. We nicely hit the rough. Drop it for a sweet hole in 1. So that was hole 2 par 3. Now we jump on to hole 3 par 5. So like I said during the intro, for hole 3 par 5, I'm going to show you a sand bump, which is, I don't know, like way risky. If you miss the sand, you will go out of bounds. I went out of bounds 2 times. Keep that in mind. I would just take the safe eagle and carry on with the round. But if you're still interested in the sand bump, I will show you. But first, looking at the drive, I played the drive with Thor's Hammer level 6 along with the Berserker ball. Even in the extreme, like King wins using a Berserker ball, which is 16 miles per hour, I was still away from the rough, even though I applied max toss spin and max OP. So you don't need to worry about rolling into the rough on top. Again, NMT, full toss spin, no need of any side spin whatsoever. I don't even adjust anything. Inner wall left curl, max OP, we try to hit perfect. Our aim is to only get as far down as possible. This was with 15 miles per hour wind. I was still short. With 16, I was little close to the rough, but it was not close enough to roll down. So this was 538 yards. With that wind, I think it was 550 somewhere there, like extra 13 yards. But still, you will not roll into the rough. If you use like Apocalypse level 8 and you apply max toss spin, max OP, then you might. But this shot is based on Thor's Hammer level 6 toss spin, which is 7.5 bars or 7.8 if I'm not wrong. Now, looking at the sand bump. For sand bump, we'll be using Sniper for its accuracy and ball guideline. Apply toss spin to have the ball guideline going towards the pin. Now on this shot, I hit a great left and I will miss left. However, if you hit perfect, might be a good opportunity to drop this one. If you drop, it's a super bonus. But if you miss the sand, then it's out of bounds because you are applying max toss spin. And if you apply less toss spin, you won't have the ball guideline towards the pin and you will end up short. So high risk, high reward, play at your own discretion. Adjustment I made here is max plus 10% elevation, P5. I will hit a great right, sorry, not a great left. I hit the sand. I still miss on left and then I roll towards the pin. High risk approach. I do not recommend this. Take the safe eagle. For some reason, even if you hit the sand and you get stuck in the sand, then it might be a scramble to save the eagle in order to chase an albatross. So, sand bump. Okay. Looking at the second shot, which should be played with Cataclysm or the big dog, because we are again trying for a safe eagle. So here I'm using cat level 5, going from the left side. I will apply some backspin, some right spin. Even with the cat on the main gameplay, I was like thinking, okay, should I go for the sand bump or just play safe? So I played safe instead. 4.5 to 5 bars of backspin and 2 right spin, just like that. And here adjustment remains the same, max plus 10%. In my case, it was medium distance because I was at the mid distance of my club. So being more accurate, play 10% at club. You might be at max, you might be at mid. You can apply curl if you want to, but I don't think any curl is needed. We're just trying to get somewhere on the fairway or on the fringe for a very safe chip for the eagle. So that was hole 3 par 5. Hole 4 is kind of difficult. You can play with a power 3 wind 5 ball, but I have also played this one with Kingslayer in order to keep it free to play. With wind 5 ball, your drive will be far, your second shot will be way easier, but again, it's your call. So for hole 4, Epoch 5 along with the Kingslayer ball, 5.8 toss spin without any side spin whatsoever. With Epoch 5, half of the white ring inside the rough on left at max position plus 16-yard mark. Adjustment on the drive is max plus 10%, power 3 ball numbers. 1 ball right curl, max OP, we try to hit perfect. Now, this is the only time that I got close to the bunker. Like remainder of my 4 test drives were far away, so don't worry about rolling down into the bunker or something like that. Second shot will be played with the Cataclysm level 5 plus. The reason why I'm taking Cat over Sniper is because when you will adjust the rings, you might come into OP, and also we will be adjusting down the bunker. So 2 parameters to keep in mind. For adjusting down the bunker, we will apply circle crack OP. We won't be pulling rings towards the tee or towards the pin or something like that. We will be just applying some extra OP in order to compensate pulling down the bunker. So cat level 5 in my case. Look for a sweet spot on the rough. For me, it was just above the bunker on right here, above the big bunker on the right. Then I use left spin and toss spin to have my ball guideline going through the hole. Just like that. Sorry, left spin and back spin. Ball guideline going through the hole, bullseye just by the edge of the rough. Adjustment is medium distance plus 15%. Mid plus 15. We adjust down the bunker, and in order to compensate that, we will apply a circle crack OP. Just like that, and try to hit perfect. You will not drop this one from time to time. It's a very difficult one, but if you get all the parameters checked out, a very good opportunity for a bonus drop on hole 4 par 4. Again, drive was max plus 10 P3, second shot was medium distance plus 15%. Hole 5, again Kingslayer or the Kingmaker. I am using the Kingslayer along with quarterback level 10. We can play with QB level 9 as well. At plus 8 yard mark, inner ring by the rough on right top, as you can see, we try to find the ball guideline going towards the pin. Use some spins, most likely some toss spin and some right spin. Adjustment is max plus 10% P3. And then you apply one ring OP. Very important with the OP, because if you get the OP high or low, you will miss the shot. In this case, I had a little extra OP. And once you're applying overpower to your shot, you're basically changing the bounce. So I took a little higher bounce than I anticipated, and I missed this one on the top. So one ring OP, and if you catch the funnel, a bonus drop again on hole 5. Hole 6 par 5. Here I would recommend playing with a side spin 3, power 3, wind 4 ball, which might be the Kingslayer or the Centurion. In my case, Kingslayer. Using Apocalypse level 5 and a Kingslayer ball. You see my ball guideline is going through this section of the bush. The pink bush you see. This section, because... Okay, that was bad. I will replay the drive. Max right curl, a power slice. 3 right spin, 5.8 toss spin. The reason why I encircled that portion of the bush is because if you move left, if you move right, it will greatly affect how you play your second shot. Because you don't want to have trees on your face while pulling the rings. Let's look at it one more time. Again, 5.8 top, 3 right spin on the drive. Now, if you go more towards the right, if your ball guideline is suppose here, then you will come more on the right side of the trees, and on the second shot we have a cross headwind coming right to left. So when you pull the rings, you will have the leaves of the trees on your way, and you will have to apply some right curl, which I had to do on my second shot. So kind of like avoiding that, you want to be somewhere here exactly where I am, or somewhere a little left, like somewhere here where I put, sorry, not the one mark, I'll change it to red, where I put the red mark, maybe somewhere here. But if you go, let's say blue, if you go here, if you go on the black line, if you go on the green, you might come more on the right side, and that will basically determine how you play your second shot. 5.8 top, 3 right, max right curl, a power slice. Now Apoc 7 and 8, you guys have more curl, so you will need to adjust the position accordingly. For 13 yards. Second shot will be played with your Grizzly or the B52. If you are using B52 level 7, then it's a better club. So go to max line and you pull back 15 rings in case of Grizzly level 8 and 9. Now, what I did wrong here is that I did not use the right side spin, which I should have done initially. Then I would have avoided the trees somehow. Because now, without any side spin, I will make an adjustment and I will have trees on my face. See, on the second pull, we'll have the trees, just like that. So, when you play your long iron shot, try to use the max right spin possible along with back or toss spin, needing to keep the ball guideline through the hole. Very important. You have a headwind. If you don't keep the ball guideline through the hole, you will end up short. Let's go back again. Again, Grizzly level 8 plus or B52 7 plus because you have a better ball guideline. You can still play with 5, but you don't have a ball guideline on level 5. Pull back 15 rings, then adjust the spins. Again, you pull back 15 rings and you move towards the left, and then you apply right spin towards the pin. That will avoid having trees on your face. Adjustment on the second shot, I made 45% elevation at slider. So for 15 rings pull for Grizzly was 74% slider and 45% elevation. However, I had trees on my face and I used wrong amount of curl to compensate for it. Even though after hitting perfect, I will miss on the left. So try to not have trees on your way. Use a couple of practice tokens for specifically for the second shot. The drive, you will get it correct eventually by just changing the position, but second shot is vital. Again, second shot, 45% a slider. If you feel 45 is too much, try 40 or 35. But do not go below 35 or you will miss heavily on the left. Hole 7, part 3. Here we have a kind of sended tailwind, but it's more of a crosswind. So Epoch 5 will need to play with the Spirit Ball or the Rue Ball. Epoch 6 Plus can play with a Thor Ball or the Owl Ball, but try not to use the Owl Ball because Owl they sleep during the day and it's sun outside, so it might not work. Jokes apart. Epoch 5 you will need to use the Spirit Ball or the Rue Ball. Epoch 6, 7 and 8. 7 and 8 you have more toss spin than 6. For 7 and 8, Thor's Ball should work in my opinion because you already have the power and the toss spin needed, and extra toss spin boost can get you to the green. Epoch 6, I would still say go with the Owl Ball. And Epoch 5, if you go with the Thor Ball, you will end up in the water like I did twice. So Rue Ball is the only option. And also you need extreme king wind in order to have it above the water, because with 16 miles per hour I was in the water, with 17 miles per hour I was still in the water. Luckily during my main gameplay I had 18 wind, which put me above the water. So let's talk and let's look at the video now. Using the Rue Ball here, using Apocalypse level 5, max tosswind with max tosswind boost. You stretch your target to max and have half of the white ring inside the bunker on the right. That is using Apocalypse level 5. Then you make an adjustment, max plus 10% P3, and push your target to max. With the P3 ball, you will always push your target to max, and also with the P5 ball. And wins below 17.5, you will always apply max OP. If using a Rue Ball, you apply max OP regardless because you have less power on the ball, meaning power 3 ball is plus 16 and power 5 ball is plus 30, so 14 yards less power. Now with 17.4 miles per hour, I barely cleared the water and I was in the bunker. Now we will look at the drive on my main gameplay where I had king wind of 18 miles per hour. This was a wrong setup. I don't know what I was doing there, but again, Rue Ball, max toss spin boost for Apocalypse level 5. Half of the white ring inside the bunker on the right at max stretch position. Adjustment, max plus 10% P3, and you push your target to max. And even in 19 miles per hour, you will not go into the water. You are using a P3 ball, it's not a P5, so don't worry. Even in 19 miles, push it to max. Appropriate left curl, and you try to hit perfect. I hit a single great left, and you will see we clear the water, bounce off the rough, and we are in the rough. Now we are very close to the pin. You can use the massive funnel, you can dunk the ball, you can do whichever way makes you feel comfortable. Summarizing hole 7, Apocalypse 5, Rue ball mandatory regardless of what wind you have. And if you have 16 miles per hour, you might go into the water. If you have 18 miles per hour, you will be somewhere here if executed the shot correctly. Apocalypse level 6, consider an owl ball or the Thor's ball. Epoch 7 and 8, Thor ball should work because you already have the topspin needed. Again, you do not have exact tailwind, you have somewhat like 25% crosswind along with 75% tailwind. It's not like 80-20 ratio or 90-10 ratio. It's 75-25 ratio. Again, it's a risky drive, but if executed perfectly, you will have a eagle, and you will see many of the people scoring eagles on hole 1 and 8. Holes 1 and 7, sorry. Because hole 9 is very difficult to get a drop on. If you get an eagle on hole 9, it is a drop in itself. Hole 8 part 3, we'll be playing with rock along with a kingmaker or a kingslayer ball once again. Red ring, some portion of red ring just inside the bunker on the left. Apply some backspin and some left spin, keeping the offset on the left side of the pin. You see the offset I'm keeping here. Come on. This is the offset I'm keeping. Then you will make an adjustment, max plus 10% P3. And don't worry, like if you're thinking we are close to the bunker and we might end up in the bunker, I have hit great left and right and I was still safe. But again, on par 3s, we always try to hit perfect. Regardless of what par hole it is, we always try to hit perfect. So notice the curl I'm using, little more than inside left wall curl, sorry, inner wall curl, a little extra. May come in nice. And I missed this one just on the left side of the cup. So now two things happened here. When I was using the offset, I was closer to the pin. When I was keeping it to the pin, I was missing way to the right. So the recommendation or the tweak I would recommend, I would say, is keep the same offset and maybe apply a little more backspin. If I use like 3.4 or 4.4 backspin, then you apply 0.3 decimals extra. So that will like lower your speed and bring you more in line. We will look at the shot one more time. Again, a difficult hole. I'm not counting this one to drop. Hole 1 and hole 7 is I would put more efforts in to get the drops. See, I use like 4.2, 4.1 backspin with 3 left spin. Offset is right there. Portion of red ring inside the bunker on the left. Adjustment again, max plus 10% P3. Notice the curl I'm using here. Little more than a inner wall left curl just here. Let me revise this right here. perfect ball. Now, if you add more topspin, your second bounce will be better and you will most likely drop this one for a hole in one. A tough one to drop, but a bonus. Hole 9 par 5. Here we have a cross headwind. Apocalypse 7 and 8 can try to go over the sand using the latest P5 Wind 5 ball, the tiki ball. They can use the tiki ball, try to get over the bunker. But if you have Epoch level 5 or 6, you do not have enough topspin and you might end up in the rough or the bunker itself. So we will look at a reverse power hook here using a power 5 Wind 4 ball, Apocalypse level 5 and a P5 Wind 4 ball, side spin 2, 5.8 topspin and 2 bars of left spin. I try to have my ball cut line above the bunker, then I make an adjustment, max plus 10%, P5. Now you will see something weird that I do not adjust for the power hook rings and I just play the power hook just like that. It does seem weird, but it has been working for me. I played this drive 4 times and it worked for me 4 times. And this is the closest I got to the rough, 375 yards. Sometimes you might come 365, sometimes 368, but with 5.8 topspin, you will not roll into the rough on top. That I can guarantee. This was 375. I think the furthest I was like around 379, 4 yards extra, still away from the rough. Again, I know the drive seems weird, but it works. If you do not want to play this, feel free not to play this one. Again, the same drive, max topspin and 2 left spin. First, I try to have my ball cut line above the bunker. Then I make an adjustment, max plus 10% P5. Max right curl, a reverse hook. You see, in this case, we are way away from the rough. So no danger here. The drive is safe. Yeah, if you apply like 8 or like max topspin on Epoch 8 or Epoch 7, you might roll into the rough. This is based on 5.8 topspin. Also keep that in mind. The second shot will be played with Power Wood Club, Cataclysm or the Big Dog, which has the most topspin. If you have a Cat 5 and a Big Dog 9, I would prefer the Big Dog 9 because it has more topspin. Now we are going to approach from the left side of the bunker. Max topspin. We are just trying to have like a transportation shot, if you want to call this one. Full topspin, 2 left spin, ball cut line straight down the fairway. Adjustment, max plus 10%. And then you will apply a max OP. If you want to use a supernova ball in order to have some stability on your shot, you can so, but great lefts and great rights has been okay for me. This is a double great left and we were still fine. Just rolling it down the fairway just like this. Now, depending upon if you go on the right side, meaning if you roll on the right side, you might have a max distance short iron, thorn or hornet. If you go on the left side, you might have rings from Min long iron. Long iron, I played 25% and I still missed this one on the right. So for long iron, I would recommend 30% at slider. For short iron, I played 25% and I came in a little hot. I'll show you the short iron shot first. So this is in practice the short iron shot. I was more on the right, so we have short iron in play. If you are more on the left, you will have long iron in play. So that is the difference. keeping the bounce on the fringe, having the ball guideline to the hole. Now I kept it to the hole or just like zero point 0.1 green square short. I was still like very hot towards the pin and I bounced off, as you will see. Very difficult one to drop. If you drop this one for an eagle, it itself is a bonus. I played max plus 25, P5 numbers, centered the ball and hit perfect. Perfect ball. I come in hot and bounce off. So right now, like live on the stream, I saw for the very first time that we actually hit the pin and bounce off. So playing short iron, keep like one green square short, but ball guideline should be aiming towards the pin. Do not keep it like offset left or right, or you will miss. Short iron is max plus 25. If you play long iron, this is the shot for the long iron. You see I was on the left side. Wait, I will again start the gameplay because I want to show you the position. So when I played the short iron, I was here near the rough. So this is SI short iron. This is long iron. You want to be here. You want to play the short iron shot instead because that has more probability of dropping than a long iron. A long iron, you try to keep figuring out the elevations 25%, 20%, 30%. You still miss it. 25% thorn, I played twice. Once I just missed on the left side, and the second one you just saw on the stream, I came in a little hot. But on the main gameplay, I was unluckily on the left side. So this is not something we want. This is something we are looking at, being in the short iron range. But regardless, if you get into long iron range, you try to guesstimate your slider the best way possible. Count rings from min, rings from max. Here again taking the bounce on the fringe to have an even bounce. I played this one 20% elevation and I believe I played this one 37% slider if I'm not wrong. Let me check. Yes, 37% slider and 20% elevation. And I will still miss this one on the right. So for long iron, again, maybe 25% same as the short iron or maybe 30%. I'm not sure of, so I won't be commenting on that because I'm rooting more towards the short iron approach. Do hit perfect, we take bounce on the fringe, we miss on the right. So difficult one. If you want to add curl on your big dog or the cataclysm shot, try to add curl, get more on the right side, but do not add too much curl. You might get into the rough and then just like play minus 30% rough rule from there. Difficult one to drop on hole 9, but that's my scorecard once again. So hole 1 is droppable. I will put the instructions in the comment section soon. Hole 7, doesn't matter what level epoch you have, epoch 5 plus, you need to get it to the green. Many people will be dropping eagles on that. Hole 3, sand bump I already showed you. Risky approach, you miss the sand, you go out of bounds and then you lose the eagle itself. Play at your own discretion. Hole 9, drop the eagle and consider it as a bonus. So that's it for the stream, and do not worry guys, I will have the timestamps mentioned in the comment section in like a couple of hours. I will also have some instructions and notes for specific holes that can assist you, and do consider practice tokens across all the holes, at least one token per hole before going on to the main gameplay. Make your own tweaks. These are my first looks. I was able to hit minus 13 with epoch 5, which could have been a minus 14 if I drop hole 9. So make your own tweaks, and good luck on your qualifying round. I will also be posting videos for the weekend round, but that will be done on a hole by hole basis. It won't be like a stream like this. This is due to some time constraint. I have to be at work in like some time, so I'm doing a quick stream here. But once again, whoever were here, let me just look at the chat quick. John Bell, ABZ, Thomas, Tom Sawyer, thank you for being here. Skid Mark, Shahid, Moles, John K, and Vivek. Thank you so much for being on the stream, guys. Even though I could not interact, but I was able to put out some content for you guys to view later on your leisure. So all said and done, good luck on your qualifying rounds, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care and have a nice rest of the day.